All right,
Yeah.
7 o'clock, I'd like to call our meeting to order. Morton Grove Public Library Board of Trustees meeting, April 18th, 2013. Please stand and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paul, if you can call the roll.
Trustee Peters. Absent. Trustee Novick. Trustee Goldstein.
Here.
Trustee Callahan.
Here.
Trustee Berg, here. And Trustee Elbers.
Here.
And Trustee
Huffman,
Oh, that's
not
right.
here.
Trustee Hoffman, sorry.
All right, the approval of minutes for the board meeting of March 21, 2013. Can I have a motion to approve? And a second?
I'll second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? If none, can you call the roll?
Okay. Trustee Elbers.
Yes.
Trustee Berg, yes. Trustee Callahan.
Yes.
Trustee Goldstein.
Yes.
And Trustee Novick.
Yes.
I'm gonna give these to you, Paul, then to sign this official one, and we'll make sure one to be sent.
Okay, these are approved. Public comments on agenda items only. Are there any this evening? None. President's report, no formal report, though this is food for fines this week, so if we can pay off some overdues and get some books in here. And also the wish list is now up on the website, so I don't want to steal any of your thunder, but
No,
I
that's
noticed
fine.
it there, and I hope people participate soon.
I
So
hope so, too.
we have the lack of a treasurer, but it's time for the treasurer's report, so would Arthur or Ann run through this?
I did attend the finance meeting and everything seems to be in order. We had no problems. Everything's
Just one thing that I did want to point out as well, you'll see on your cash statement that the special reserve fund still shows the approximately 80,000. I did send the trustees the information about the furnace. The money, and that was taken out of the special reserve fund, and that will be indicated on next month's cash reserve, or cash statement, because that was actually a bill paid in April, so I wanted to point that out.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
On the income statement, I noticed, and I think I know the answer,
Okay.
that the books for the youth, or whatever, 5011, it's, I think that's what it is. It seems your buying is a little slow this year.
Some of that is, there is some, I don't want to say slowness in buying, but that is a little bit down right now. They're doing a rather large weeding project
That's
in
what
new
I
services right
figured
now,
was the
so.
answer, that there may be something.
Right, I
that's-
think we're holding off
And
on a
also
number of things.
our
Some of it
everything.
is a timing thing, a lot of it depends on just what comes out when. and that
I
sort of
just, I
thing,
kind
so.
of look at this and I say, okay, a quarter of the year is going by, I
Right.
sort of look at
Right.
25%.
Right, yeah.
when look
I
at it.
don't anticipate that the majority, if not all of that money will be spent by the end of the year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If not, we can always move it to other things, because there's always room or places we need more funds.
Any further? If nothing else, can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Move to accept treasurer's report.
Trustee Kelnick, can I get a second?
Sure.
Trustee Novick. Paul, can you call the roll?
Trustee Callahan.
Here.
Trustee Berg. Trustee Elbers.
Yes.
Trustee Goldstein. Trustee Novick.
Yes.
All right, committee reports, there were none, no meetings I'm aware of this month, So staff reports, our director.
I did want to go over a few things that I did put on the agenda, particularly because I didn't do board preparation this month for you. So I did want to explain a few things that were going on. As far as the furnace replacement, as I mentioned earlier, the board is aware that the new one had just been installed. However, the two remaining units we have are just as old. They're approximately 25 years old. They've definitely served a long and useful life. We have been advised that we might want to consider replacing them. The issue with replacing them, there's a couple of big issues. There is a building code change. The Department of Energy has issued new building codes that all furnaces need to be 90% efficient. They have issued those. Just to give you some context or comparison purposes, our old furnace was about 70% efficient. I don't know all this stuff for the director that I never had to know. That's just a regular librarian. And the new one we just installed was about 80%. In order to achieve 90% efficiency, there's actually new PVC ventilation that would have to be installed.
Right.
However, someone sued the Department of Energy to stop that. So right now the suit is going through the courts. And we have been advised that the courts could rule in favor of this corporation. It could rule in favor of the Department of Energy. They have no idea when or if anything
So
will
it
happen.
could be 80 or 90.
Could be 80 or 90. So that's one issue. The other issue is that the size of the units we currently have, they no longer make that size. So in order to give us an accurate quote for replacement, Air Comfort, which is the company we've been working with, and they've been very, very good about not just trying to sell us things to make money. They've been really working with us to make sure that we're getting the best, you know, exactly what we need for the bang for our buck, so to speak. They're not sure why these size units were initially installed before they can make any recommendations on actual furnaces. They need to do a building load analysis. So a lot of the measurements that they need for that have already been done for other reasons, and so they just have to run through the software and everything. So that will actually cost about $1,000. I did approve that to get that building load analysis because we can't move forward until we know what size units we need to cool, or I'm sorry, heat the rest of the building. So that's, I will know more about that probably next week within the building analysis. The building load analysis should be done. And of course, we'll bring that to the board because that will be some money.
The
probably.
1,000 will be, it won't come off of the actual purchase.
No, this was for a completely different thing.
It could be $1,000 well spent because they won't oversize the furnace or
True,
undersize
true, no,
units.
I'm not arguing, I'm just,
Yeah.
Which is
it was a
exactly what
curiosity,
they
it was a
wanted.
It's
purchase.
also the efficiency rather than the size.
Absolutely, right. So their concern was we have a smaller, they were able to replace the one unit with a smaller unit, but that was just servicing internal spaces. These service the rest of the library. So there's external walls, there's windows, those kinds of things. So we want to make sure that we're getting the appropriate sized things. So as I said, I did sign that quote, and they will be running this building load analysis and getting back with me next week. So that was the furnace replacement. The other thing that everyone did get in their packets was the recommendation from Sikich, which is the accounting firm. As I had mentioned in my report, Sikich was on site on March 19th to review all of our accounting and payroll procedures. Based on this review, they made a number of recommendations. This will increase efficiencies, better and more accurately track our funds. I have found we're not keeping as close track of some things as I had anticipated. There's also some software functionality that we have not been taking advantage of, and you also want to minimize the duplication of effort. There's a lot of rekeying of information that the administrative staff does, which opens up the door to possible mistakes. So Sikich has made a number of recommendations. I have reviewed all of these. I have gone over them with both Blanche and Carol in the administrative office, and we all agree that these are long overdue. And the first step...
They're cost saving.
Well, eventually. This will not be cheap to do this, but it definitely needed to be done. There's a couple of advantages, as I pointed out, in terms of efficiencies and those kinds of things. But the biggest one will also be that with the new system, I will know what's going on. So, so I think there's that as well. The first step was actually to get new computers for the administrative staff because there is no accounting software that runs on Macintoshes. So we're working on that. Once those computers are here and installed, the software will be installed, Sickich will come out and set up various procedures for us, give us training. So that's all part of this. The other thing that I am doing is I'm going to take a financial accounting class this summer. So yeah, it's but I think those will all be things that will help us and help me get a better handle on our finances, and so that at any given point, one of the issues that I found is the way that we're currently managing the money and keeping track of it is that everything's kind of this end of month. So if I go in today and say, well, it's been 3 weeks since the end of the month, I don't know exactly how much money I have just because of the way the procedures have been set up in the past. So we'll mitigate a lot of that as we take advantage of some of the other functionality of the new software. So I did want to.
You say the software is not adaptable to Macintosh?
There is no accounting software that I am aware of, that the accounting firm is aware of, that runs on Macintosh. That is not unusual with that. Yeah. So
I guess they don't want the business.
it's pretty easy based. So yeah, so we'll be switching over, and all three of the computers in the administrative office will make that switch, and that will allow us to get multiple licenses for the software so that all three of us can have access to that accounting. Because right now what we've got it running on one laptop that we shuffle around, and so this will provide us a little bit more better tracking and, as I said, more efficiency and stuff. Does anyone have any questions about the recommendations? Anything else based on the recommendations or anything that I had said about that?
Not for me.
Okay. The last thing, which is not in or the last thing on the agenda, was the Small Public Library Management Institute. I have actually been accepted into the Small Public Library Management Institute. This is a
Sounds like a big thing.
yeah, it provides intensive training and development for directors of small libraries and/or first-time directors, and we actually had to apply and everything. This will run from June 2nd through the 7th, and I did make copies of the schedules for you if you would just like to see the exciting week that I will have in Springfield, Illinois. I will be out of the library that week, but of course be available by email and texting and phone calls, of course. But there's a number of very relevant topics, things that I would like to work on in the upcoming year, 2 years, that kind of thing. So while I think it'll be a lot of work and there's a lot of other things going on as well, I was excited to get accepted, and I think it will be of benefit for the library.
Great.
So that was just a few other things that I wanted to. I'm sorry?
Safety, security.
Oh, yeah.
Library.
Mhm. It's actually a guy that that's what he calls himself, and so he does security, he helps library with their security setups. And,
Oh, so we
to-
don't need those.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought they were.
So, just ensuring that your patrons and staff are safe and those kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so those were just a few of the things I wanted to discuss and further from my director's report. Anyone have any other questions or comments on this or anything that was in my written report that we didn't cover?
It looks exhausting.
It does, doesn't it?
I'm not young enough to do this anymore.
The schedule is pretty intense too. It goes from 8 in the morning to like 8 at night. So,
Typical work day.
yeah. Yeah.
So if nothing else, corporate counsel, anything tonight?
Well, just a couple of things. The report that we have now successfully reinstated the Friends of the Martinville Public Library. So
All right.
organization is up and rolling now, and I think our next meeting, hopefully we'll report about our next meeting coming up. And then the other thing is that we did have an election, and so what happens is the county will conduct a canvass, and I think their last day to do that is April the 30th, and then the results will be official. So so that I think you can plan on the May meeting
May will
to
install.
install. And congratulations to Trustee Novick and Calamag on their reelection. And so they can be sworn in, and then Mrs. Gonzalez is in the back there, so congratulations to you too. That's all I have.
All right, great. Unfinished business.
Okay, I just wanted to let the board know that I did sign the contract with Empire today for the stairs and the hallway area in the basement, and made some color choices based on extensive staff and patron feedback, actually. So the stairs, the Lincoln Avenue entrance stairs and that hallway will be done as soon as we can get that scheduled at a time that I am here, given my schedule this summer, it's a little busy. I am also tentatively scheduling the Youth Services Department recarpeting for the 2nd or 3rd week in August. So once I get a firm date, I will certainly let the board know that, because we're also trying to schedule staff in service around that time, because we're going to have to close the Youth Services Department anyway, so we're trying to minimize the impact on our patrons as much as, minimize that as much as possible. So, like I said, just wanted to kind of give you an update that that contract has been signed, at least for the stairs part, and we're moving forward with that.
All right. Okay, new business, our volunteer recognition event, April 25.
Yes. This is an event that we have annually to recognize the volunteers that work here at the library. The reason I have it on the agenda was because Trustee Albers was going to attend the event and speak to the volunteers and help me acknowledge, their help. He will be out of the country, so I was just wondering if any other of the board members would like to take his place. If so, you don't have to let me know tonight. It's from 2 to 3 in the afternoon. That is a Wednesday, I believe, or Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
The Thursday, and like I said, it's just that 1 hour. So if you are interested in possibly doing that, just let me know by Wednesday of next week. So, and any or all of you are welcome to attend. If no one can, I will certainly. I am planning on being there, obviously.
You said 2 o'clock on Thursday.
2 p.m., yes, Thursday, April 25th.
I will come.
And I believe there's cake and coffee, and they get certificates and just...
I will come, but I don't think I'm qualified.
To stand there and say thank you.
I'll be glad to come also.
Okay, that would be great.
You've been around a little longer than I have.
Thank you.
3 days I've heard it was.
I haven't been around that long either, so, but I can
You're
hand out...
here more.
I'm here more. I can hand out certificates with the best of them. Do you want me just to keep going since it's
Sure,
the
yeah,
PM show?
it's all you.
As Frank mentioned, I did want to remind the board that the next Friends of the Library meeting is Wednesday, May 1st at 7 p.m. You are all welcome to attend. As Frank says, he just found out that the group has been officially reinstated. I still need to file the annual reports with the Attorney General, and Frank and I are going to talk about that after the meeting. But we're getting there, slowly but surely, getting this off the ground again. I would like to flip-flop the upcoming meetings and the trustee orientation sessions. And forgive me, I don't remember if this was in your packet or not. Did you?
The single sheet.
Yeah. There is 2 trustee orientation sessions that are coming up this summer. They are both the same. They were put on by, one of them is at Dominican University, and the other one is at Gail Borden in Elgin. One is July 20th, one is August 3rd. If any of the trustees would be interested in attending this, let me know and I can get you registered. And Mrs. Gonzalez, if you'd like to see this, I can show that to you as well.
Sure.
We certainly have some time. But like I said, just let me know if you're interested in attending, and I can get you guys registered for that.
So I can figure out what I'm doing.
I know some of you have been doing this for a long time, and some of you have not, so something to think about, so I just wanted to point that out. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was the upcoming meetings and agenda items. I know that it has been rather difficult for us to find a time to set a meeting for discussing kind of long-term or service priorities or building priorities. And so my suggestion is, rather than schedule an additional meeting, I was going to ask the board's thoughts on having our May meeting be a focus of those kinds of service and building priorities. For a few different reasons. We'll have the new trustees seated. This is also the meeting that we were planning on doing the building tour before the start of the meeting. So we'll be fresh in our mind. May. So, because I know we had talked about it, and I thought we had come to the conclusion it would be best to have once the new trustee was seated. So rather than have to do that again for the new trustee. By that time, I will have more information about the furnace situation as well. And we may also, after today, want to discuss the roof situation because while we have had a few small leaks over the years, today we noticed a number of other leaks. So we've been waiting to have the roofer come out when either there wasn't snow on the roof or it wasn't raining. That has not yet happened. So we're hoping, Claude and I, to try to take care of some of the little patching that he can do next week. But the flat roof is over 30 years old, and that is definitely longer than its normal lifespan. So this is something that we are going to have to take a look at. So anyway, and as of right now, there is nothing else major on the agenda for the May meeting, so it would be possibly a good one to have the focus be talking about some of those service and building priorities. If that is okay with the board, then I won't continue to try to find a date outside of that regular board meeting, and then you can
Yeah, let's get this thing going.
Okay. So we'll plan on that then, the May meeting focusing mainly on building and service priorities.
Okay, then communications, it's still the Pam show.
I believe in your packets as well, you got a copy of the letter from the Illinois State Librarian Jesse White that we were awarded our 2013 per capita grant in the amount of $23,913.42. So far, all we've gotten is the letter.
Yeah. Check the mail.
Check the mail, sort of thing. Normally, we have been the past couple of years getting the grant money in the fall. So I anticipate, fingers crossed, that will happen again. And yeah, so it's always nice to hear that we at least got it, or in theory.
Yeah, all right.
And then that's all I have. No more time.
Okay, then we have public comments on non-agenda items. Any this evening? None? Any reason to go into executive session?
None today.
Anything anybody wants to discuss or bring up? If none, can I have a motion to adjourn? And a second? Second. All in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you.